Hi, how are you? My name is Luan, and I will be publishing videos in this channel, in this very small channel about Bir Tawil. So if anyone knows anything about that, I will try to put some information. That also I will make a small presentation since I started this small channel. I don't know when I started it, but uh, I live in France. It's been almost half a decade. I was born in Serbia, but I was of Albanian origin. I was a minority there. Now I am a student in the geography. Many people don't know Bir Tawil. It's because it's in the African Nubian desert between Egypt and between Sudan. And these countries were in one time were part of the same country, which was part of the Ottoman Empire, but was self-ruled or autonomous country from 1805, when Egyptian Albanian Mehmet Ali Pasha, he became the ruler of Egypt after a civil war between the Mamluks, the Turks, and the mercenaries of the Turks, the Albanians, who didn't got paid for their job, so they decided to take over Egypt, and they did. But in the years that followed, Egypt decided to conquer Sudan, and they did it in 1820. But in 1882 there was invasion, if we can call it invasion, by the British. They officially didn't invade Egypt, but they were trying to help suppress a rebel revolt. And by that time they had completed the Suez Canal, which connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean. From that moment, Egypt was controlled by the British, and the Albanian dynasty was just a symbolic figure of the Egyptian independence. By the way, about Bir Tawil, in 1899, when the British made a map which put Egypt and Halaib Triangle, which is a region bordering Bir Tawil in the east, which is 10 times the surface, has a population. Bir Tawil has no people. Some evidence that there may be oil, and Sudan controlled with Egypt this region together until the period when Sudan left it, because there was a dispute and Egypt took control of Halaib Triangle. But Sudan has never stopped calling Halaib Triangle as their land, because 4 years after the first borders were drawn by the British, they made another border which put Halaib Triangle with Sudan. The first treaty put the Bir Tawil with Sudan and Halaib Triangle with Egypt. The second one did the contrary of that, put Halaib Triangle with Sudan and Bir Tawil with Egypt. Of course, for each of the countries, it's impossible to think I want to take Bir Tawil and leave Halaib Triangle. Halaib Triangle is controlled by Egyptian army, and they have done that. I think it's been many years, maybe since the 90s. And Bir Tawil has never belonged to any country since the independence of Sudan. Before that, they were part of the same country, but Sudan, like Egypt, was ruled by the British. And when it got independence, the things started to come up. Before, they were part of the same country ruled by the British, so they didn't think about the Bir Tawil or Halab Triangle. There are some people who have claimed Bir Tawil because it's a terra nullius, which means a land that has not been claimed by any country, any recognized government, and it's free to take, if we can say that. But it's not how the things work in politics and in geopolitics. There is a Russian guy, King Dmitry, or the American Jeremiah Hatton, who wanted to claim Bir Tawil in order to make his daughter a princess, but they have never gained recognition, and they have never planned to move there because there's no water in Bir Tawil. There's nothing there. The reason they did that maybe was to get famous or something else, but Bir Tawil is mostly desert land. I have watched Bir Tawil in Google Earth Pro many times, and I think that there are some places where there can be water, because I think that I have found some tree standing in Bir Tawil. I'm not sure about that, but I think that Bir Tawil will always be the no man's land, as long as there is an agreement between Egypt and Sudan. On the other hand, the Egyptian dynasty was of Albanian origin, and the Egyptian king Fuad became king of Egypt and Sudan from 1922 to 36 when he died. And before that, when the Albanian country was declared as independent, he was so much engaged to become the king of Albania, king of Albanians, and he didn't succeed because European powers wanted the foreign prince to become the ruler of Albania. So maybe Albania could claim Bir Tawil one day. I guess if I would be a prime minister of Albania, I would do that, but I'm not, and I don't live in Albania, I live in France. So it's Bir Tawil has no population, has 2060 square kilometers, or 800 square miles. It's not inhabited, it's deserted. The tribe that lived there, they have left it years ago, and there is no possibility for them to return. I hope that this region will change, and something will happen. Life will come back to Bir Tawil again, and it will not be like Pluto, the small unwanted planet that got kicked off from the solar system, the classification planet of a planet. So this is about Bir Tawil. I hope that you have much more information. I will put some pictures of some trees that I have found in Bir Tawil, if they may be trees. I want to wish you a very nice day, and if you have some information to put, you can do that. And see you next time.